see why it's relevant, but leopard seal.
Yeah, I can see it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Like a gentle rain.
Let's see if it changes if I swap monitors. It does not. Oh, it is. We have Talon on Nagua. I think we have. I can't see. Lucio and Kiri. Oh my god, what's her name? Soldrin. I don't know the last one. But it does look like the team is taking a little bit of a tracer. Yep, okay. It seems like the team is taking a little bit of a knockback there, but sorry. We have Big Man trying to be a little aggressive while also poking at the same time, not taking too much damage. Him and Talon are moving up in point. Oh, whoa. Talon is being super aggressive as Malga, because honestly Malga is not that bad for a aggressive look. He's more of a pick of what's it called? He's more like a character where you could just kind of pick people off one by one because of how aggressive he could be with the turrets. Incendiary turret and then the damage turret, both combined, you can kill people instantly. So Talon being as aggressive as he is on Malga is actually really good, honestly. It helps him build up his ult, and it helps spread the team apart, the enemy team at least, and makes them chaotic all the time while also being on top of his own team. It does seem like his ult was was used in a kind of a capture way in a way, but there was a lot of healing and stuff going around that not much was used with it. Big Man on Soldrin. Looks like they're poking a little bit, trying to, I don't even know what character that is. I mean I would. Okay, that's a Genji. Okay, so they killed another soldier. Wrecking ball. Okay. They also have Genji. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see everything when it's like blurry. That's the screen I'm looking at.
This ends
Or at least the
now.
screen was, at least.
Hope shines now.
Does it? Alright, so that is a point for Wright State University.
Score 0 to 1.
You're sitting out the next mission, Oxton.
Oh, hey, look, a new
I believe
POV.
you promise you take it easy.
Maybe you could look the other way this time?
And get on her bad side? Not a chance.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Alright, so as UNH switches over to the second POV, it does look like Jolly did switch from Malga to, oh my god, Roadhog. Again, aggressive, but it also helps the healers out a little bit because they could go off and heal the other team while Jolly could also heal himself at the same time. So it gets a little bit of the load off on the healer's side. It does look like Jolly wanted to reset, so he was trying to jump. Alright, we're back to Soldiering. Looks like they aren't going to really peek much until the tank is there because that's actually honestly a really good thing to do. You don't want to DPS into the enemy team.
This beat will heal you up.
Thanks.
It does look like Wu Yang, I think that's his name, the new character. He was actually peeking really well. But also at the same time, I'm surprised UNH is taking the main route method to get to the point rather than going straight to the right after they get out of their spawn. Because one, yes, even though that's a cliff, it doesn't look like they the enemy team has any utility to bounce them backwards. So if they try to, except for Wrecking Ball, but that'll be a little hard for people to go back. So if they try to go to the right, they could probably secure a little bit of the point. As we can see here, it could also work out in the way of Junker. Oh, damn. Roadhog getting some pieces off with his ult, keeping their tank up in the air. It does seem like UNH is holding their ground now, fighting back and making sure that they take this point for themselves. They are on, looks like Lucio now. Or they have been, I just haven't acknowledged it. Wrecking Ball with that ult actually is actually not that bad of a hold if you want to make sure a team doesn't get the point or make sure that they can't really move into an area with certain healers and characters. It's actually really good to work off the doors.
This ends.
Defeat.
Looks like we are
shine
back in
together.
another game.
All
Ooh,
of
this is
us.
actually one of my favorite push maps.
4,
I don't fully know any of the map. Well, no, I know some of the map names, not all of them. But this is one of my favorite push maps. My best friend hates it, but I love it. Looks like Jolly is running. Oh my God, what is it? Doomfist. Ooh, and they got a Hazard. Hazard is a interesting pick on this map. Just look like we are running Soldier again, which is honestly a good pick. So you have Ana, Soldier, and oh my God, what? Doomfist. I don't know the other two. Lucio, and then Genji. Alright, so that's actually not that bad of a switch up with Ana and Doomfist for this map, because both of them have great utility to work around to make sure their team stays alive in this map.
Keep pushing.
Hazard for the enemy team, I'm surprised they're playing Hazard, because even though Hazard is a really good tank, he's really good in like close combat, close quarters type combat with his utility. So like, there's not much to block off and make sure that the close quarter combat is in this map, unless you're like inside under the bridge or in buildings. But most of this map is out in the open, so you can't really get much of utility for him, which is a interesting and odd pick. Seems like UNH is going down a little bit, with their enemy team being all over the place on them.
The enemy is pushing their barricade.
Your team has lost the lead.
They're getting ahead.
It does seem like UNH is trying to gather up before actually peeking, which is good in both cases because you're making sure no one gets picked off or anything of that sort. It does seem like the team is a little spread right now because of the Alari ult that just happened. But it's actually pretty good on the team to regroup that health. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. Yep, they got Lucio trapped in that. Which is, with Lucio's movement, it's actually not that bad that he got out of Hazard's ult. Same thing with Soldier, but Soldier was more lucky to not fully get caught in it. Maybe I was wrong about Hazard. Maybe he is a little bit good for chopping the, oh my God, what's it called? The team apart. I honestly forgot he had a lot of damage. I haven't played him in a while.
Watch here.
But it didn't work out so well because it does seem like UNH has the point back. I will say talent keeping up with the enemy team, making sure they all stay in one corner is actually really good on UNH's part, because they were able to push it a little bit further so that so that the enemy team wasn't able to get the point.
Thank
Seems like everyone is grouping back up, backing up, which is a nice stand. Ooh, Hazard was able to get the Undertaker taken care of after blocking her exit in. So that's another thing I don't really know. It does look like looks like Talon is gonna get a good ult off here. Yep, he is taking care of that team. Holy crap! Yeah, Talon with that Doomfist ult, he like cleared it. Pushed 2 or 3 of them away from each other. Took them all out one by one. It does seem like UNH is going to make it a little harder for them to kill them off. Actually, that's okay. I will say the Alari though, on the enemy team, I would have put the lamp a little bit higher, unless I was misclick and then trying to think looks like yeah, that's perfect combo right there. Alari and Hazard, the grab and the nuke in one. Clear him up. Every one of UNH, which is a strong and hard combo to fully dodge if everyone's close together. Does look like we are on Winston now, which I would say that's not that bad. You have his bubble for cover, and you could jump in, jump out, make sure things are done and taken care of. I will say it does look like UNH is a little bit more aggressive wise and not overall, which is probably how their utility is falling apart a little bit, but it's also interesting because if one goes off and kills the rest, it's a strategy trying to make sure everyone's not close together but spread apart by looking at other people, which is an interesting combat to come against. But that is another point for Wright State University right there. I will say they had a lot of really good team fights. They had a lot of close calls here and there, but then they fought back, came together, and cleared it. It's actually not that bad.
but superior brain power's better.
Another day, another mission. Man, I'm so excited.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective. Stand as one. We shall not fail.
Oh my god, it took so long to get this game going. Anyways, I am kind of late. But that's only because I didn't know how long the mission was. Since they did ban Malgua in... what did they say? Since they banned Malgua and the Reaper... Ooh, that's actually 2 sad bans.
Railgun charge holding.
Even though those characters are good. It's sad because the team use them. Because Malgua is really good on this map. So is Reaper. Damn. Both of them are really good on this map. Alright, it does look like Talon, like, oh my god, is that Orisa? Yeah. English, wow. They are Orisa right now because they can't really play anyone else. Although if they can't, I was gonna say, try to push right off the mountain. Ooh, that's actually a really, damn. That's a really good ult right there. I was gonna say, if you can't push him off, you just use the ult. That's exactly what he did. He didn't push him off, but he used his ult. He got the kills. Secured the point too. 40%. Ooh, and you missed that javelin. It's a little hard to do when you flick like that. Ooh, but he did spear soldier over there. That's actually a really good pick off right there. It does seem like he is keeping their Orisa at bay over there, and the healer, the support, making sure that they can't push up anymore. He's keeping their distance while his team is also providing some support from over there. Does look like Lucio took the spear face. Ooh. It does seem like a few ults are coming out here and there across the board. I think a few of them could have waited, but it does look like it's going well so far. UNH is still holding their ground, actually. The Orisa ult on the enemy team actually was questionable. I think they could have held on. I mean, I was gonna say wait for the team, but UNH kind of took that.
Hey, you're pretty cool.
Yes, and you are a perfect 37 degrees Celsius.
You got me there.
It does look like he is going Reinhardt for this match, or at least this round. Actually, this is a good, kind of good Reinhardt map. Oh, they recently played here, so they know exactly what to do here. It does seem like the enemy team is coming up from 2 different angles. Flash is coming up and try to find RNG right here. I will say it was questionable. I mean, personally, stayed there. I will say that angle right there with the stairs is a good angle to hit, making sure that no one from the enemy team could get in. But it does force certain characters that you don't want to push the front line. But Talon taking out Bastion right there actually was not a bad option actually. Made way for his team to get into the enemy line not undetected, but severely under damaged because Bastion would basically be most of the damage. Huh. And also at the same time with the Malga ban, it does seem like that was smart because either it was going to be because one comp you could do is like Malga and Bastion damage with Kiri, and that would be like a not an unstoppable force, but it would be like a force that you would not want to play against in my sight. It's like a annoying version of it, but they only have ooh. He got really good picks off and damage there with his ult. Wow. That's actually was really nice. Getting those nice fat ults like that is always something to look forward to. Ooh, it does seem like everyone is popping ult on the enemy team, making sure they can secure the point. Which is highly questionable because even if they do win the point, they have no ults lined up for the next team fight, while UNH has 1 or 2 left. Yep, like how I was gonna say they had nothing lined up for the next fight. UNH kind of took that in their hands. It's not that bad. Yeah, that was a good ult. Oh shit. Sorry, language. Whoops. My bad. New Queen Street. Actually, that's not a. That's it's a good push map. God, it's not the best, but it's a really, really good push map. It seems like they did switch out a few people. Switched out Talon for Winton. Yay. Anyways, seems like we are switching people around. I think it's
Traveling to New Queens. We're here to be heard. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
We are in the next match. Right back to stream. Does look like we are running Lucio, Kiri, Soldier, Roadhog, and I can't see the last person just yet. Oh no. Is it Soldier in again? I can't see. No, it's Venture. Does look like they are. Yep, I was gonna say they're gonna go left. Left is actually not a bad broken point if you're gonna do this kind of a push map. Most people usually go the other way. Ooh. Okay, we got more audio from this side of the game. It does look like the enemy team is sticking with Orisa, which is an interesting. Actually, it's not. Orisa or Junker Queen would go really well in this map. I think it depends on your playstyle though, because Junker Queen is more of aggressive. Orisa is really aggressive, but also could be passive. So like she pokes and then she leaves. It's actually not that bad of a pick to be Orisa on this map because of her poke and peek type methods with her strong ability of, I mean, her primary weapon. Get enough headshots. You only. Ooh, it does. Oh, I was gonna say, it does look like Reaper is gonna go for the kill here. Honestly, he really could have. Ooh, that was actually that was a really good result because that popped. Actually, that could have killed a lot of them if more of them grouped up, but it does. Ooh, Reaper is coming in for some damage and some kills here. I will say Reaper is a good pick here, mainly because of just like Orisa, you could be aggressive and then poke, get out, keeping the enemy on their, well, not the enemy, but keeping everyone on their toes of where everyone might be after Reaper. Ooh, that was a damn. They are popping off with those ults. That was a team wipe. That was perfect for UNH right there.
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself.
Barricades moving.
Your team has taken the lead. Oh yes, coming through. The lead.
Hey, you're all right.
Turning up the heat.
Ooh. Damn. That Reaper had no life. It was, hey, I'm here, and I'm gone. Huh. That's actually a really good flick. I honestly would probably mess up timing that. They actually timed that perfectly. I don't think I've really seen Dyne play much. Plus, I shellcasted last fall somewhat, and not much of spring. I got caught up with a whole bunch of stuff with work and classes. In which, this time around, I think I'm doing fall. I don't know about spring yet. This is actually pretty interesting to do. I'm more of a content creator person, so it's really weird commentating. Huh. Because usually it's like, hey, you're talking, and then you're doing your own stuff. And not really like commentating for team because of stuff. Huh. I will say this is a really good push going on for UNH right here, even though they're losing. I think they lost 1 or 2 people in that fight, which is honestly not that bad. It's a good trade-off. Push up a little more, get a few people there. It does seem like, are they pushing back or are they staying their ground right here? It does look like for them. Interesting. For the most part, they're sticking their ground right here. No, but it looks like UNH is going to stand their ground right here, which is a questionable thing to do. Because you're allowing the enemy team to push it around, which is one thing you don't really want them to do. You don't really get much value of staying right there, but it does look like UNH picked up on that, and they're now moving towards the bot, which could have been stopped earlier. Ooh, that was almost an insane hook right there. But they are making sure that what college is this? York College of Pennsylvania is on their toes. Although they did use up most of your English. They did use up most of their utility right here just to stay alive, which is not going in their favor because UNH is still pushing forward. It does look like UNH has control of the bot again. Ooh, it does look like Pepti says window, which is something you really don't want to peek right there. That's a good thing for your college to do. Making sure that the UNH doesn't have the control. Ooh. I don't know who got killed. That's a little questionable to do. I, for one, wouldn't have pushed that. Not pushed, but gone around. Way too big of a gap for your tank to be in one area and the rest of your team to be in another. If the enemy team actually caught on to that sooner, I'm pretty sure either the tank or the rest of the team would have been dead. But it does look like it worked out in UNH's favor because he was able to get around with his utility, and also popping his ult right here, making sure that their tank is gone and the enemy team flees the area this time. Ooh, that was a good grab. Pretty sure it was Kiriko. Damn, he is grabbing everyone left and right. Ooh. That is a... Damn.
10 seconds remaining.
Unit just got decimated.
You're all right.
There's a good play of ults right there for the enemy team.
Wait, their barricade shouldn't be moving.
Let's go.
Almost there.
If UNH could hold here and clear at the enemy team, they do. I think it's I think it's best of 3. So if they hold here and get their ults and get the enemy team off, they do get the win. If it's 2 out of 3, which it looks like they're about to get the Roadhog ult. If they could keep him alive, this could help them. Yep, this could help them get the game. Yep. Yep. That got UNH the round. I don't know if it's fully 2 out of 3. Bye.
you check out the new Antler album?
You've heard of them?
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
Oh, nobody uses 15 electric guitars like those guys.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. And I'm back. Oh, looks like they started. They got the first point. No one pinged me. That's great. Oh. Because intermission is 30 minutes every time, and I'm like, hey guys, ping me when the thing's ready. No one pings me. I'm here late.
I'm more of a basketball person.
This is great.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Oh. Okay, looks like UNH does have the first point. Give or take. Yeah, they did. Okay. Okay, the first point. Fully done. They're on the next point now. Oh, looks like I missed a bit of it. Because it looks like UNH has 1 point. Since it is the best 2 out of 3, I'm gonna just. No, I'll beat up the rest of this. It does look like UNH is gonna do the win of 2 out of 3. Well,
Play of the game.
stream actually. Good fight to everyone involved in the stream. University of New Haven, Wise, what is that? SD School. Oh my god, I can't remember. Time. Nope. Tip. Nope. Not even gonna try to pronounce that. It's all blur. And a few others. Hey, you can. Ow. You can. Oh, there's. Ow. I think that was it. Not fully sure. know if we're doing another one. Why do I? Why do I hear myself? Where is it being streamed to now? Uh.
Welcome to Esperanza. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Like, oh, that's why I hear myself twice. I totally forgot I had this stream on my other monitor. I was like, why do I hear this stream more than once?
Only in unity will we find strength.
Because it's 5 minutes behind. I forgot I had it on. Anyways, sorry, we're in another match. Oh wait, why the what? Okay, so watching the stream on stream, for some reason, it's blurry through Discord, but it's not blurry on the actual stream. That's weird. That is really weird. We're in a whole other match. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh Jesus. Orisa on. Is it just the same push map? It is. They're playing Orisa. Okay. Orisa, Bastion, Genji, Lucio, Kirito, and now Tracer. Ooh, nope, they switched to Doomfist. Okay. So it looks like the enemy has more of a hold on the bot right now, which could switch rapidly.
We lost the lead.
Sorry, how do I answer something? This is weird. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of complications right now. And that's not the correct gap. How do I... There we go. Okay. It does seem like UNH is having a little bit of a pickle holding this point right now. Hold on. Alright, it does look like UNH is trying to get in their hold on this point, with the enemy having... Okay, to me that looks like a 98. I'm gonna say it's 98. Looks to be like a 98 meter to a now tracking... Oh crap. To now tracking 25 meters? Is that meters or millimeters? I'm gonna say meters. Because millimeters is smaller. So it does look, yeah, it looks like UNH is getting a little bit of a, not a pickle, but it's like a pickle. Then kind of a pickle here. Also, even though Doomfist is a good pick here, I think the full team comp is mix matched and not like a full comp, because it does look like they're being shredded and not doing too much damage to the enemy team, while also trying to hold their ground against them with the comp they have, which is staggering them a lot. So if they can come together and like talk it over and like look at who the enemy team is playing and like think of the strategy of how to defeat them, or like how to overcome their choke right now, I think they would be able to come together and win this push map. This is going to be... crap. Sorry. Complications. It does look like UNH, and then... Screw it, I'm opening up Twitch again. I'm not pronouncing this name right. Esports 2. What school is this? That's not even the correct stream. What? There we go. Oh. Okay, so it's gonna be 1 point University of New Haven, 1 point to SD School the of Mines. It's a weird name for a school. Anyways, that is going to be, I think it's going to be match point here.
Traveling to Suravasa. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
What is Michael? What? Ah. I'm looking at back at not me looking back at Twitch and seeing it's actually 93 meters and not 98 when I saw it.
One more mission.
Oh crap.
I'm in.
Anyways, we're back at a new point. What's it called? New point, new map. Which we haven't gotten this far in this stream. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be a long game. Because I know this one. This is like something like tug of war. Also, although Orisa and Junker Queen are both good picks on this map. Hold on. Alright, it does look, yeah. It does look like, yep. Actually, both teams have who I even said would be good on this map. UNH has Orisa, and the of Mines has Junker Queen. Both are really good picks for this map. Both have good advantages, good poke points. Poke points? That's English. Stances of poking on this map. This is honestly good. If they play well, this is going to be a really good match. It could be going back and forth. This is not like tug of war. It's more or less like not dominant. A little bit like a domination with this map or this mode in general. This is like either domination or hard point. Basically capture what you can and get out. Now it does look like the enemy team is holding their point on the ground, but it does look like UNH is actually fighting back really well, taking, ooh. I spoke too soon. It looked like UNH was actually pushing back really well against that point up until the Jungle Queen had her ult. In which I don't know how ult tracking works fully, but it's there. I really wish I could ult track. I can help.
How you want?
As I'm looking over at the other caster, it does look like Varsity finished up their placement matches. UNH is still running. Ooh. does look like UNH is having a little bit of a tiffy with this team up. Alright, so they have a Lucio. Okay, so they have a Cass, Lucio, Tracer, Curie, Orisa. That's a weird comp to play. Because even though those are a lot of different playstyles come together. Because Orisa's more of an aggressive type. Orisa is an aggressive type. Lucio is more of a. He's aggressive, but he's also one that creates space with the tank, which actually matches well. Kiri is mixed. Kiri and Lucio are mixed. Depending on how you play Orisa, could basically lead up how the rest of the team plays. And then Cass and Tracer. We don't have much of a damage comp like the enemy team has, because even though we have somewhat of damage and spreading space, UNH had the mines pool, they have
I feel all warm inside.
they have a lot of damage and both they also have anti-damage, and then they have Suzu from Kiri, which takes care of anti-damage, which yes, we also have Kiri, but there's a lot of it can only be used once, and Junker Queen, she just has a lot of damage she could just like give out all at once, and then with the mix of Wu-Yang and Reaper, both are up close and personal, high damage characters. Actually, Wu-Yang you could use from afar, but Tracer is like up close and personal, so that's also another hard point to get. This one's gonna be really interesting, because the enemy team has it where they basically conquer damage and a little bit of everything up close, to where UNH has it where the healing output, they don't have much of a healing output because they're taking more damage than they are healing. But they did manage to get the first point. I will say, if you play those cards right, you get the first point no matter what. It's just very hard because the enemy team has more of a damage output and is able to anti and Suzu whatever they can. UNH has it where they have the damage, but it's really iffy on the healing with the intake that they take. So depending on how they use their ults and their combos, they could get instant kills. But they gotta play but they got English. Wow. But they gotta play the roles right. And as of right now, they're playing correct. Like, they're playing it right. They're playing a little aggressive, while also staying back a little bit. Even the tank has to, like, not take the most damage, but has to create the space. In which holding that Junker Queen really did help them take the point there. Where the fuck did my... Ah, it does look like this is gonna be hard. There's gonna be dead silence here and there because I am actually interested in how they pull this together. Yep, see, there's Suzu right there. They wasted Suzu. You guys could just go right in. They wasted it. Why would you Suzu that, Kiri? Kiri really Suzu'd something she didn't need to Suzu yet. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, it could be. Either way, Kiri could have saved it slightly, but she was probably doing it for the health. Which actually makes a lot of sense. This is interesting. Because it's a hold that's going back and forth between both teams, which is not terrible. One thing you do want to be careful of is the ledge, because depending on if you get speared or booped off, you could just be pulled over to the ledge and carried off. Who's on point? Huh. Also, sorry for the smart remark when I came back earlier. I not annoyed. More or less tired. I didn't really sleep last night, but that's still not an excuse. So sorry for anyone who heard the smart remark earlier when I came back for the third part. There's a lot of complications going around with placements and who's where when, a whole bunch of other stuff. I honestly didn't know these were placement matches until intermission. The first intermission, it is. So I was kind of all over the place because usually I don't do these. So this is actually pretty fun to see how not intermission, placements go. Because I've never actually seen the placements happen. We've always... We almost got a double spear. That would have been great. But you know, I'm like very interested in like how this all goes. Plus there were supposed to be 2 shoutcasters today, but I ended up being the only one who made it. A little late too, but not too late because the stream was just starting, but I was also in the middle of a Rivals game in which I need to time manage a little more because I'm still getting used to shoutcasting because I have a little bit of free time on Fridays now. Outside of homework, that is. Now, with this combo, this is a good combo. Kiri's ult, making sure no one can push up. UNH holding the point for themselves, making sure they can rock up that point. That is a really good stance to go with. I may or may not pass out after this stream. What time is it? No, I'll pass out in an hour. I'm gonna say a little bit more. I would definitely probably pass out on the floor because I am a little tired. They really held that well. They held out to the... Oh, the English. They held out to the point where they did get the point. That was a good one. Kiri ult, you get all of the damage, not all of the damage, but you get the sped up, what's it called? Shoot in? Nope. Rate of fire. You get the sped up rate of fire. What the hell? You get the sped up rate of fire, in which secures you quite a few kills if you kill people, if you focus certain people all at once. Plus with the hold there that was just beautiful. So now it's like, oh, is this match point? No. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, this is round point, and I'm pretty sure match point for both teams here. Because it goes 2-2. Yeah, it's best of 3 with this one. Unless I'm wrong, then no. It's best of 3. But it goes back. Ooh, it does look like UNH has almost a few ults here, though. That is going to be interesting. They have Cassidy's ult. They almost have Carissa's. And they almost have Kiri's again. Now all three of those combined, one, if you do Kiri's ult going in with Orisa moving in, spearing everyone, if they try to make it out, then you have Cass going up. Are they going up? Yeah, they're going up and around to clear out the area. That's exactly what I thought would happen. Except they still have Orisa's ult, which is nice. Oh. They actually did that really well. And accurately, too. Actually, that was actually really good. Predictable, but, well, from a watching standpoint, predictable, but from a gameplay, it gets mixed up with information, who's where, but that was actually really good. Looks like, looks like UNH is gonna have to quickly get back to point after that wipe, because if they don't get back now, it's game. It's a close one too. So if they get back now, they get the point. They could get the point. It's just someone's got to touch because they got about a few seconds left. Yep. And if they secure a few kills here, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Ooh. Tracer's on point. Never mind. If this ooh. Now if they play, actually if they play like this, that was so close. That was close. He almost made it. He almost touched. That was actually really close. That was a close game. That's also interesting. Very interesting. I did like all the plays here and there. They almost overcame the amount of damage that they were taking in, which was a nice play with the characters they were playing. But overall, overall they did succumb to the damage they were taking. But overall, that was a really close game, and they combined their abilities to overcome everyone. That was not bad. I actually enjoyed watching that. Mainly because I wanted to see how that was gonna play out. And I'm honestly shocked it played out really well. That went really well. I have no clue if we have any other matches after this.